You're welcome to today's class. In today's lesson, I'm looking at variation. What is the meaning of variation? Variation is a relationship between two or more quantities in which a change in one quantity causes a corresponding change in another quantity. For example, when you buy oranges, the cost of oranges depends on the number of oranges bought. So if you buy 5 oranges, the amount is different from buying 10 oranges. So the more oranges you buy, the more money you spend. That's variation. Things are related. The change in one quantity causes another change in another quantity. There are 4 types of variation, but today we're going to look at 2 major types: direct variation and inverse variation. What is direct variation? Two quantities vary directly if an increase in one causes a proportional increase in the other, and decrease in one quantity causes a proportional decrease in the other. Like we just use the orange as an example. When you increase the quantity of orange you buy, the amount spent will increase. When you decrease the quantity, if you reduce the number of oranges you want to buy, the amount you're going to spend will decrease. So that is an example of direct variation. Increase in one causes a proportional increase in the other, and decrease in one causes a proportional decrease in the other. Now, how do we write direct variation? You can write it: y varies directly as x is written this way. Y varies directly as x. We can see the symbol of variation. And to turn it into an equation, what do? You introduce a constant called k, y equals to kx. That removes the sign of variation and it becomes an equation. Take a look at this example. If y varies directly as x and y is equal to 12 when x is equal to 4, find the constant of variation. B. Find the formula connecting y and x. Solution: y varies directly as x. Then y is equal to kx. When y is 12, 12 is equal to k times 4 because 4 is x. Now 12 is equal to 4k. What do we do next? You divide both sides by 4. 4 divide itself. 4 into 12 will give you 3. K equal to 3. To find the formula connecting y and x, substitute 3 for k into the equation. Y is equal to 3x. Now let's solve question C. Find y when x is equal to 9. So using the formula, what you do is y is equal to 3x. So remove x and substitute 9 because x is 9. Y is equal to what? 3 times 9. Multiply 3 times 9, you will get 27. Therefore, y is equal to 27. Alright, let's look at inverse variation. What do we mean by inverse variation? In inverse variation, as one quantity increases, the other quantity decreases, and vice versa. For instance, when you increase the number of workers on a farmland, what will happen is that the time needed to harvest the crop will decrease. So the more the workers, the less the time they will need to finish harvesting. The lesser the workers, the more the time they will use to harvest. We can write it mathematically as y varies inversely as x. See how we write inversely? We write it as 1 over x. And to make it as an equation, what do? You say y, you replace 1 with k, becomes y is equal to k over x. For example, if p varies inversely as q and p is equal to 6 when q is equal to 8, find the relationship. B. Find p when q is equal to 12. We can write the expression p varies inversely as q, and as an equation we write it as p is equal to k over q. Now we're going to substitute 6 for p. 6 is equal to k over 8. Remember, our q is 8. Then to find our k, which is the constant, we write k is equal to 6 times 8, which is 48. So the relationship is, taking k as 48, what you do is p is equal to 48 over x. Remember, 48 is our k. That is the relationship. Our question B, find p when q is equal to 12. Here we write p is equal to, k is 48, so p is equal to 48 over 12. So we divide k, you divide 48 by 12, that will give you p is equal to 4. It's very, very simple. If you have got value from this video, kindly click that subscribe button, like this video, share it. You might be helping others. See you in my next class.